Well, thank you all for coming to our elementary concert this afternoon, or evening. It's evening now. We are doing something a little bit different. This one is all about jazz, and it's just kind of funny that we happen to be performing our songs about jazz tonight when the state jazz championships are going on in Des Moines today. So that's a little something awesome that's going on tonight. We spent the most of the whole first quarter until now working on and talking about different jazz bands and instruments involved in jazz, and as well as swinging and not swinging. So hopefully you get to see everything that we kind of talked about, and then as well as learn these 5 songs that we're going to sing for you. So we hope you enjoy our concert about jazz.
exciting kind of music that was born in the United States around the turn of the 20th century.
That's more than 100 years ago.
The city of New Orleans and Louisiana play an important part of the development of early jazz, but back then the people of New Orleans came from many different cultures.
There were African Americans as well as Creoles who were descendants of mixed African, French, and Spanish heritage.
There were also people from Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. All these different kinds of people have their own musical traditions.
There were brass bands and ragtime pianists, symphony orchestras, and blues musicians, just to name a few. Jazz began to emerge when different people and their music began to blend together.
Early jazz featured syncopation, blue notes, and improvisation. But jazz is not just one style of music, it includes many styles like Dixieland, bebop, swing, or blues.
The blues is a musical style that originated in the African American community. It came from plantation work songs, spirituals, and field halls poems.
It was used to express sadness or difficulties and challenges throughout music.
Not all jazz tunes are blues, and not all blue tunes are jazz.
In fact, the blues has found its way into almost every style of 20th century music, from folk to rock, country pop, and of course jazz.
Or blue has even become another way of saying sad. So if you find yourself feeling sad, at least you know you can always sing. One of the earliest styles of jazz is Dixieland. It came about as a blending of African rhythms and improvisation with European instruments like the trumpet, clarinet, or trombone. Dixieland musicians combined music ideas from brass band marches, ragtime, or blues over a steady rhythm played by a rhythm section. A rhythm section usually had a piano, guitar, banjo, bass or tuba, and drums. Some of the instruments in a Dixieland group played a melody while others improvised or shouted them out.
Dixieland jazz is also known as New Orleans jazz or traditional jazz. It wasn't actually called Dixieland until it started to move north out of New Orleans. Because New Orleans is on the Mississippi River, it was easy for musicians to travel north, bringing the music with them. Other cities that quickly became known for jazz include Kansas City, St. Louis, Chicago, and New York. Young Americans in particular really liked this new style of music. They wanted to listen to it and dance to it. Radios and record players were becoming more widely available, which also helped the popularity of jazz. Almost anyone could listen to it on American airwaves and dance halls and even in their own homes.
Jazz was truly spreading across the land.
As jazz spread across the country and even around the world, it also continued to evolve. In the 1930s, a new kind of jazz emerged and the big band or swing era became popular.
Jazz bands grew to include 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, 5 woodwinds, and a rhythm section.
They toured all over the United States and filled the radio airwaves with the sound of swing. This was a very complex kind of jazz with fast melodies and improvisation.
Yet another new style of jazz called bebop or rock appeared in the 1960s.
This was a very complex kind of jazz with fast melodies and improvisation.
Bebop showcased the technical skills of players and had a frantic feel to it. Some people didn't care for it, while others thought it was genius.
Cool jazz also appeared later in the 1940s, but it was very different than bebop. Some think it was kind of a reaction against bebop.
The word cool, the style was more understated, moody, or subdued. In the 1950s and 60s, Latin-influenced jazz became particularly strong.
Latin dances such as the samba and the bossa nova were extremely popular in the United States. Latin jazz has its own unique sound.
It uses a wide variety of Latin percussion instruments such as congos to further music.
It uses syncopation, but it does not necessarily swing.
Clearly, not all jazz music swings. If you ever wonder what it means to swing or not to swing, let us show you. Of course, jazz continues to evolve and blend with other types of music.
Whether it's jazz rock, fusion, contemporary jazz, or some other new style, jazz is still growing and changing constantly.
Jazz is about personal expression, emotion, and communication.
But don't just take our word for it. Listen to what some of the jazz greats have to say.
Hi, I'm Louis Armstrong. I was one of the first well-known jazz musicians. I played the trumpet and I was a singer with a distinctive voice. Everybody called me Satchmo.
I'm Duke Ellington. I was a jazz composer, pianist, and a big band leader for more than 50 like you don't mean to think, why you got that swing.
I'm Miles Davis. I was also a trumpeter, composer, and a band leader. I was a real pioneer styles like bebop, cool jazz, and fusion.
I'm John Coulter, and I play tenor and soprano saxophone, and some still consider me one of the most influential saxophonists in history. And my wife and son were also jazz musicians.
I'm Elem.Spring2016. I can make any song a jazz song when I sing it. I have 3-octave vocal range, and everybody called me the First Lady of Song.
I'm Dizzy Gillespie. I was a trumpeter, a band leader, and a composer who was big in the modern jazz scene, but I'm probably most famous for my bent trumpet and my puffed out cheeks.
I'm Dave Brubeck. I play jazz piano and I'm a composer who has written a number of jazz standards. I'm probably best known for my use of unusual meters, rhythms, and tonalities.
I'm Herbie Hancock. I'm also a jazz pianist, band leader, and composer. I was one of the first to embrace electronic music. Even today, I'm still on the cutting edge of jazz.
There's a lot more jazzers than us.
We just happen to be some of the ones you may have heard about.
Of the 100 plus years that jazz has been around, there have been thousands of great musicians.
There are no doubt 1,000 more.
All have contributed to this unique American art form called jazz.
We can't name all of them for you, of course.
But we can pay tribute to many of them.
Beethoven may not have been a jazzer himself, but we think he would have been fine with this ode to jazzers.